Alright, so I am in the shop early today. Got a lot going on. Got to get ready for a big shipment of Crescent kayaks coming in. I think we've got 102 boats coming in probably the end of the week. We are also doing a Newport NK180 Pro install on a native. That should be here about 10:30 this morning. He's going to drop it off, walk you through how we do that, and then we'll kind of show you how we store boats and yeah, just show you a day in the life of a kayak shop. So we just had this customer drop off their native Titan 10.5 for a Newport NK180 install. One thing cool about these Titan 10.5s is they have nuts built into the boat on the front side of the stern motor mount, and then we just use either track nuts or the Yak Attack track bolts to mount the two back holes. So we're going to get this installed. We'll get the throttle mounted up front on a Yak Attack throttle mount, get the battery plugged in, do some wiring, do some up and down cords, and give them a call, let them know his boat's done. Alright, so we got the mounting bracket installed. The motor actually comes with the 1/4 mounting screws, so those mount to the front two nuts that are molded into the boat on this Titan 10.5, and then we used a couple of the Yak Attack track nuts to slide into the handle on the back of the Titan. So that's where those two mounted. Got the motor in. We adjusted the steering triangle. One thing cool about the NK180 Pro now is it actually has, instead of the old style like cotter pin to hold this thing straight, it actually has a small bolt that threads into a metal plate on this mounting bracket. So kind of a cool upgrade. We're going to go ahead and get the up and reverse cords run down the sides of this boat, and we should be good to go. Throw the battery on and it's set, ready for the water. So we got the motor installed, got everything adjusted, got the up cord run with the pulley along with the reverse lock. Battery is in a battery box behind the black pack. We did just run the plug out the side of the battery box instead of using the terminals on the battery box. It's just easier to plug and unplug the motor this way. We ran everything through eyelets down the side of the boat just to keep everything a little cleaner, a little more organized. The new throttle for the 180 Pro looks pretty slick. Don't quite have the tether put on yet, but we'll get that done. Up next for this boat is a little Garmin Striker fish finder along with the Berley Pro Keel Guard, and then we'll be done. Alright, so it's actually the next day now. Got a little busy yesterday and got pulled away from this build, but we are back on this Titan 10.5. You can see the motor sitting back there. I've got a Berley Pro Keel Guard to install on this thing along with a Garmin Striker 4 fish finder. So I'm going to go ahead and start knocking that out and kind of walk you through the whole build when we're done. So should be pretty cool. So before you do these Berley Pro installs for their keel guards, you really want to make sure, I use isopropyl alcohol, just wipe out the inside of the keel guard itself along with the bottom of the boat just to get any debris off the bottom of the boat. Take some silicone, make sure you have your painter's tape kind of ready to go. I usually just rip off a couple pieces and kind of stick them to the side of the boat, so when I do stick this thing on, I have a couple pieces ready to go. So we're going to squeeze some silicone down into this keel guard, make sure it fits, make sure you have the right one, done that before, and just squeeze some silicone around the sides and the edges of this keel guard. You don't want to do too much, because if you do a lot, then you end up squeezing it out the sides and it just doesn't look good. But obviously do enough to make this thing stick, and we're just going to squeeze her on like that. If it doesn't fit right or doesn't look like it's fitting right, you can take like a heat gun and shape it a little bit more if you need to. But I've always just done a couple pieces of tape, and yeah, it should be good. Okay, so because of the way Titans have their transducer mounting on the bottom of the boat, I sometimes use an aftermarket. We'll just cut like a, shouldn't call it aftermarket, just a piece of like starboard or plastic, drill out the holes to match the stock mounting holes, and then use this plastic piece to help us mount the transducer mount on the bottom of the kayak. Just gives us something a little thicker, a little better to play with, and then we'll mount the transducer, run the wires, and get the battery hooked up. Alright, so I just got the fish finder installed, transducers mounted, batteries run. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys exactly what we did. So native Titan 10.5, motor, fish finder, and keel guard. So let's check it out. So off the back of the boat, you can see we mounted the NK180 Pro. We used a couple track mount nuts in the rear handle, the front two nuts built into the boat. Got the reverse line run down that side, along with the up cord and a little cleat for him to lock that in place. The throttle on the right side, and then Garmin Striker 4 on the left. Yak Attack through hole fitting. Transducer is mounted under the boat, a little dark under there, and then we have a Aqua battery down in there. Came out pretty clean, along with the Berley Pro, it's still drying, Keel Guard. So pretty cool setup. I think the customer's really gonna like it. Black pack. He did go with the Newport motor, or the Newport battery, my bad. Black pack 13x16. And yeah, this thing's going to be a pretty slick setup. So if you guys do enjoy these install videos that we're doing, kind of quick walkthroughs, quick installs, we do rigging all the time. I've got an Autopilot 120 along with a Hobie Pro Angler 14 that we're working on right now. So I could hop on and start doing some more rigging videos, kind of, I guess, what we do throughout the day. Like I said earlier, we do have a big crescent shipment showing up, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video if you guys have any questions about the installs. If you want more in-depth install videos, let us know. We can definitely do that. Otherwise, thanks for watching.